Okay, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, okay. So, I'm under 7 weeks out. Is that right? We're gonna check. 1, 2, 3, 4. This Saturday, April 17th. For today that I'm recording is April 13th. And as of the 17th, it'll be 6 weeks. Whew. Okay. This is gonna be a total 15-week prep. I started February 15th, which was like, 8 weeks ago already? Yeah, we've been doing this for a minute. But it's been enjoyable. Like, surprisingly, I've actually kind of been enjoying prep. It's my first one. So the amount of changes that I've seen in my body is like insane. Like when you do, this is the first time I've ever even done a cut. Like the way I look right now, I just, like I never knew I'd have like veins in my calves, and like I have delt veins all the time, even on days that I don't work out. Like I'll be like hitting legs even, and my shoulders will be like popping with no blood flow. Like I I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just crazy like to see, but I think that's like the best part of it so far. Cause not that I don't love the cardio. In case you guys didn't know, I'm gonna be competing in wellness as well as bikini. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm gonna do better in at this point. I know like I'm very quad dominant. I have large quads, and I thought I would do better in wellness at first because the biggest difference between the two is leg size. I mean, wellness girls are more like full and have more muscle mass. But as you diet down, like of course everything's gonna lose size. So I won't know until closer to my show which one, but I think I signed up for more bikini like divisions than I did wellness. I think I'm only doing wellness novice. I'm not gonna do open. Versus bikini, I'm doing novice, open, and collegiate because I'm a Kent State student and my show is at Kent State. I figured I just had to do it. I'm gonna be competing in North Coast Champs. This is my very first show ever. I'm really excited. It's May 29th, and my suit is coming soon. Comment in guessing what color. I know like some people won't show the color of their suit until like they step on stage. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I might be like too excited to not show you guys. But yeah, I already have my heels, been practicing in heels. Practice like as often as possible. I keep them in my gym bag, and at the end of my workouts, if I have time, I literally like walk around in heels, like posing in the mirror, and I'll have to like record myself doing it. Me a year ago, I would have been so scared to do that. Like I don't think I could have put on a pair of heels. Like not everybody understands competing, so it's like kind of weird to see a girl wearing these like 5-inch clear platform heels after her workout, but I'm sure like nobody really cares. You know, that's just my mindset right now. Like everybody's at the gym to work out. Like what you do is only gonna affect them for like the 2 seconds that they notice you, and then it's over. Today I'm gonna do a pole workout after this, but I'm gonna answer some questions that I get a lot over on my Instagram. If you don't already follow me, it is Gains by Goose. I'll have a link in the description so you can. And if I don't cover anything in this video, feel free to shoot me a DM. I'll try to respond as soon as possible, unless you're being creepy. We don't want that. But the first thing I'm going to get into is my training split. I do push-pull legs. A little different though. I train 6 days a week. I have one off day. And my push day is like, it's typically chest, shoulders, triceps, but instead, since my shoulders are so important for competing, I only do like one chest exercise, maybe two, and usually it ends up being bench, because when I'm not on prep, I do like a power building workout style where I start off with a heavy compound lift and then I go into bodybuilding like accessory stuff afterwards. So I couldn't say goodbye to bench, and it hits your front delts anyways, so it's still helpful. So I will bench, or I'll do like chest press with dumbbells first, and then I go into shoulder exercises, and then at the very end I'll do like one or two tricep exercises. Then we have the pull day, which is back and bis, except one pull day I also throw in leg stuff. So typically, until my strength just disappears, I am deadlifting on that pull day, and after I deadlift, I go into I'll do like two leg exercises, because the way it works out is my leg days are 2 days in between each other, but if I line it up right with like a rest day, then I have 1 day in between the pull and the next leg day. So I never do legs 2 days in a row. You should not train like a body part 2 days in a row. You need time to recover. And my legs are already perpetually sore from cardio and doing legs like 3 times a week. I'll get into cardio afterwards. And then my leg days, for a while I had been hitting like hamstrings really hard. I would start off with barbell squats and then go into like a lot of hamstring accessories, and then some quad, and like two like glute isolation things. I actually haven't been barbell squatting at all in the past like month, because if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I hit 225 on squat, and I do low bar. So I tweaked my left rear delt kind of bad, to the point where I couldn't really like even train upper body anymore. It hurt so bad to have the bar on my back. So I said, I can't, my shoulders are too important right now. I took a break from it, which sucked because like squats were finally starting to go my way. Like I had plateaued on squat really hard, where I could only get like 165 for like 4 reps. And, you know, like depth was questionable, to now on prep hitting 225 on squat. Like it felt really good, but just not worth the possible injury. And I have to do shoulders like 2 to 3 times a week. It's a priority for me right now. So that's my training split: push-pull legs 3 times a week. I do shoulders 3 times a week if I can. Like I'll just throw in a couple exercises on one of the days that I didn't do it prior or afterwards, to make sure that I'm doing them a lot. So now we're going to talk about cardio. When I first started prep, I was only doing 3 days at 20 minutes. Now I'm up to 4 days at 30 minutes, which honestly like is not even bad for being under 7 weeks out. Like I was horrified thinking I'd be doing like 6 days at 50 minutes. I'm praying that I never see those numbers, because I think my legs would fall off. My cardio of choice is Stairmaster. I really like the treadmill, except I have shin splints, and if I use treadmill too often, then they like get inflamed and it hurts really bad to walk. So I still use a treadmill occasionally. I like walking for 10 minutes before my lift starts just to get warmed up, but I don't even count that towards my cardio. I've been doing fasted cardio as often as I can. Like if I have time in the morning, then I'll opt for that. And not because I think that like fasted cardio burns more fat or anything. It's just that it prolongs the period from like when I eat. Not that I'm not doing like intermittent fasting. It's just that I'm gonna get into food after this, but I'm not eating a whole lot, as you would guess, being on prep. But the longer I can wait to eat breakfast in the morning means like the more I get to eat throughout the day, if that makes sense. You know, like if you're eating breakfast at 8 a.m. and you don't go to bed until like 10 p.m., that's a longer period versus if I'm not eating breakfast until like 10:30 a.m., you know. I think the last thing I'm going to get into right now are my macros, which people ask me all the time about macros. And I have to say, like, a lot of times I don't want to respond because my macros should not be your macros. You know, like, everybody's body is different. Everybody's body responds differently to different levels of things. Like, what I'm eating shouldn't be what you're eating, especially if you're not on prep. Like, right now, my macros equate to like 1,600 calories, and you not like a girl not on prep like should not be eating 1,600 calories, like especially if you're working out, like that's not enough of obviously. So right now I'm at 170 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat, and 150 grams of protein, which is still high for being on prep, like especially for the weeks that I'm at. I'm very grateful that I've still been losing weight at these macros. They've been cut like 2 times now. When I started prep, I wasn't immediately in a deficit because I was like 15 weeks out. I think I was eating 2,200 calories when I first started. And that was probably like 260 carbs, and protein has stayed the same at 150 all throughout. I was 142 pounds when I started prep, and now I weigh 134. So I'm hoping that my protein doesn't get cut. I'm not really sure. I still have, like, my coach said I have 8 to 10 pounds to lose yet, but I don't know if I can lose that much. Just like people that have seen me in person training say that they don't think that much weight can come off my frame, but obviously we'll see as it gets closer. I do have one refeed day a week. It's not a cheat day, it's refeed, and I get to eat like more carbs and fat, and then protein stays the same. So let's see, right now for my refeed, it's 250 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat. And I'm not sure exactly how many calories that equates to, but it's a lot better than 1,600. After I upload this video, I'm going to record another video. It's like, I'll probably do a grocery shopping haul and talk about foods that make it easier to eat in a deficit, like things you can easily switch out. I didn't want to go into food specifics in this video. That is a thing I get asked about quite a bit. So look out for my next video where I'm probably gonna do like grocery shopping as well as like a full day of eating, or at least I'll talk about like the meals I eat the most often, because I pretty much eat the same thing every day. You totally don't have to do that. I just don't mind it, and I feel like it's easier for me tracking. Like I use my fitness pal, and before I go to bed, I'll like sit on it and I'll track what I'm gonna be eating the next day. Um, just because it's so much easier to do that than to just eat throughout the day, and like, but you know, an hour before you go to bed, you're like, oh, like I still have, 5 grams of fat, and I still need to eat like 30 grams of protein, and you have no carbs left. And you're like, well, what am I going to do? I mean, because when I first started prep, I didn't plan out anything, and I'd be drinking like orange juice just to get some extra carbs in before I went to bed. And like, I could have eaten real food, like something better, and could have eaten more throughout the day than doing that. Like I had mentioned before, if there was anything I didn't get to, feel free to message me. And I'm gonna take you guys through a back workout later today. Hello, I am now back home. I forgot to record me doing biceps, but it's okay because this video is already pretty long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want in the future. If you like the workout stuff, or if you prefer me talking, I kind of like doing a mixture of both, especially now being on prep. So you guys kind of see like my leanness in the gym. But I'm gonna make myself some food now, and be sure to look out for the next video. We're gonna be doing a grocery, like food tips for losing weight, and I'm gonna do a Q&A here soon. So talk to you guys soon. Bye.